All right. Well, good morning, afternoon, wherever you're watching us on demand from fans. I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn coming to you from Plainfield High School today. It's your JV broadcast as the Plainfield Quakers are set to take on the Tri-West Bruins. Before we get started, let's thank our sponsors that make the Brian Woodard Show as well as all of our JV and freshman podcasts this year possible. Gunnell Financial, CrossFit Unbreakable, Giadis, Karen Alexander Photography, Jeff Brown Photography, Deer Creek Golf Club, and the Beacon Sign Company, as well as LJS Contractors, Roofing, and Restoration. So, again, welcome you in today. Leck, it'll be the Plainfield Quakers and Tri-West Bruins. The varsity team met last night. Plainfield will be the home team on the scoreboard. Bruins are currently out there on the field, as you can see, going through some pregame warm-ups. We got about 2.5 minutes left up on our clock. Tri-West with the road white uniforms, gold letters, or gold pants, gold helmets, as well as gold, or blue rather, numbers on the jerseys. Should be an exciting morning of high school football.
Yes, indeed. Last night out at Liston, Plainfield won a thriller by a score of 37-35, giving the Quakers their first win of the season, while Tri-West suffered their first loss of the season. This is the third year of this series. And it's always great when two of the Hendricks County teams play against each other. Plainfield's long been an underrated power here in Class 5A. Haven't had a lot of postseason heroics, largely because of bad sectional draws. Tri-West, meanwhile, a major 3A power. They've won 4 state championships in the last 24 years. And I think this is a great, this game every year is a great way for Plainfield to tune up for the Mid-State Conference games, which will start next week. And, of course, Tri-West, obviously, it's always good for them since they play mainly against 3A and 4A teams there in the Sagamore Conference, that they get a chance to play a much bigger school. So, anyway, and of course, we're glad to be back here for the 15th consecutive season of bringing you Plainfield Quakers football here on Audio Sports Online. It's going to be a little bit different this year, as we'll explain later in the broadcast, but we will at least be bringing you not only this game, but we're going to have a couple of freshman and junior varsity doubleheaders later for you this season. There will be one 2 weeks from today against Perry Meridian, and then there will be one 3 weeks after that there in week 7 against Franklin. So, and then we're going to have the head coach Brian Woodard show every Monday, an up close and personal interview that Rob conducts with Plainfield's head coach. So,
Yeah, it's a very different atmosphere. We were at Avon last night, and unlike the Avon game, which also has the limited seating capacity, social distancing, etc., I think the JV games are going to be okay in terms of everybody who wants to attend the game can still be out here.
yes, I think so. And I don't know exactly what kind of seating arrangement Plainfield has for JV ball. I know that I think Avon did an excellent job last night making sure that they balanced safety along with making sure that there is enough that it's possible for everybody who wants to attend the game to do so in a safe manner. And we still had, I'd say, 500 or 600 people there for that game last night.
Yeah, so they've got the seats marked off, blue X's where they'd like for you to sit. Some people adhering to them a little more than others, but overall, again, unlike the varsity game, I think you're going to be able to see pretty much anyone who would like to attend this game being able to do so.
Yes. So anyway, after that thriller of a game, sorry I missed it last night. It sounds like it was a lot more competitive than the game that we saw there at Avon, Rob, where Avon just destroyed Ben Davis, 54-13. It was a lot closer last night with, like I said, Plainfield getting only a 2-point win over their cross-county rival. So now we get a look here at the future of these programs in the JV game.
All right, so just about ready to kick things off. Tri-West will kick to your Quakers.
Yes, indeed.
And it's a line drive kick. It'll sail, be taken on a bounce, roll into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback, and that's where Plainfield will start the game today at the 20-yard line. 10-minute quarters in the JV, unlike 12 in the varsity.
That's correct, yes. Well, I'll tell you, Rob, this is my 9th season here with AudioSportsOnline.com. I've commentated multiple Plainfield games every season. And I always love commentating. Of course, I love commentating the varsity games too, but I always also enjoy commentating the freshman and JV games to see what other players they have coming down the turnpike. So the Quakers line up 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, quarterback in shotgun, 1 running back. And because of the sun, I'm having a difficult time discerning some of the numbers here, but I will do the best I can. First play from scrimmage coming up.
Yeah, so Plainfield will work out of the. Still waiting for the start of the game here, but number 7, Eric Moyers, quarterback.
That's one thing I've known over the years. I assume he's the younger brother of Aiden Moyers.
Yes.
But and so let's see here. I'm not sure what the delay is, but let me take a look here. See if I can figure it out.
I think they were waiting on the chains. There we go.
Yeah, here, let me.
Now we should be good to go. All right, there's the snap. Little handoff to the near side of the field, cuts it back, room to run, up across the 30, and that should be enough for a Plainfield first down on the first play of the ball game. So a first down and 10 for the Plainfield Quakers.
So very good start. They get about 12 yards on the first play of the game.
Moyers out of the shotgun. Snap. Little end around. Give is to number 25, Trevor Stutz. And Stutz has big room to run up across the 50. And now check that. He actually, I guess, ended up giving it to number 18, Bryce Pax. And Pax on the reception there, able to get it across midfield all the way down to the 46 of Tri-West.
Yeah, so that's about a 22-yard pass on a trick play there. And I've noticed over the years that Coach Brian Woodard is pretty good at pulling rabbits out of his hat.
There's the give, straight ahead into a host of Bruins tacklers. Picked up about 3 yards on the play. That time it was number 16, Carson Works on the run.
He also had 12 on the first play, so off to a good start here. So Carson Works living up to his name so far.
Second down, and we'll call it 7. Snap, play action, pass, caught on the near side of the field. That time it was number, let's see, as the bodies unpile there, number 25, the aforementioned Trevor Stutz on the reception.
So Stutz in the first 2 minutes of the game has thrown a complete pass and caught a pass. That's pretty impressive. So that's Moyers with his first pass of the game. And now you got to run down the left side, and he could go all the way. Yes, he will. So that's Carson Works there, 39 yards for the touchdown. And the Quakers score first, 7:32 to go here in the first quarter. 2 minutes and 28 seconds is all it takes. So Carson Works already a workload this game, 3 rushes, 53 yards, and a touchdown. So excellent first drive for the Quakers. No, but it's coming back. Shoot. Yeah, right. Never mind. I did not see the flag, although I do warn you, these early morning games where you got the sun, it's certainly hold that thought.
Snap, stretch play. Give us to 16, Carson Works.
And he's got the first up to about the 32, so that's about a 7-yard gain for Carson Works. I'll tell you, this is quite the opposite of last night. Last night one of the some of the headlights, some of the lights were out there at Avon, so we had a hard time seeing there late in the game after the sun went down. Have the opposite problem today. This is a bright sun to contend with. So now, shotgun.
Snap back to pass, throws, got a man. Whoa.
Oh, he dropped it.
Yeah, with nice effort that time. Good pass. The intended receiver was number 18, Bryce Pax.
Yeah, already had a 22-yard reception earlier on that trick play. And, yeah, he just didn't get the grip on it. So 2 receivers now to the left, 1 to the right. Works the running back. Already looked very good today. Already had a 39-yard rush for a touchdown that was called back. Warriors takes it, drops back, throws up the middle, and it's deflected and falls to the ground incomplete. So now 2 incompletions in a row there for Moyers. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is my 9th season with AudioSportsOnline.com. I've commentated multiple Plainfield games every year, and I've seen quite a few brother-brother combinations come down the turnpike for the Quakers over the years. Most notably, the Hagee brothers, the 2 awesome kickers, both went on to play for Ball State.
So working out of the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap, stretch play. To the right side, cuts it back, taken down at the 25. So big loss that time for Plainfield. It'll bring up 4th and long. Tri-West defense standing up straight.
Yeah, that was a good stop there by the Bruins as Works fails to get positive yardage for the first time in this game. So it looks like, are they going to go for it? It would be...
Yeah, they're going to go for it. It'll be... 4th down, they need to get to the 22. They're at the 34, so about 4th and 12.
Yeah, so 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Snap back to pass. Steps up, has time. Now pushed out, rolling right side. Rolling on the run. Going to throw it up. Got a man caught. Great job to come back to the ball inside the 10, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Plainfield Quakers. Grant Irwin on the reception.
Yeah, that's about a 27-yard pickup there. Outstanding job on 4th and 12. And, Rob, last night in that Ben Davis-Avon varsity game, you and I saw a slew of times where both teams went for it on 4th down. So that's an impressive conversion there.
So 4th down. 1st down and goal coming up for the Quakers. Snap. Back to pass. Now we're going to roll left side. Rolling, throwing on the run. Got a man in the end zone. Caught, and it's a touchdown. Number 25, Trevor Stutz with the reception. And Plainfield goes up early. 5:49 left to play in the first quarter. They lead at 6-0.
All right, so Plainfield does open the scoring nevertheless. Just took a little longer than after that 1 touchdown was called back. So good job there by Moyers. 5:49 to go here in the first quarter.
And now they'll attempt the extra point. Number 95 on to attempt the extra point. Kyle Hayden. Snap spot. Kick is up, down the middle. It is good. And Plainfield leads it 7-0. Let's take a moment to thank the sponsors that make all of our Plainfield broadcasts possible this year, including Gunnell Financial, CrossFit Unbreakable, Geodis, Karen Alexander Photography, Jeff Brown Photography, Deer Creek Golf Club, Beacon Sign Company, and LJS Contractors Roofing and Restoration.
So already a big game for Trevor Stutz. He's completed a pass, and then he has 2 receptions, including a touchdown.
Again, that's Lex Zorn. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us today.
So Plainfield, a pretty smooth first drive. They almost stalled there a little bit, ended up in a 4th and 12 situation at the 34, but then came through in a big way when Eric Moyers threw a 25-yard pass to Grant Irwin, setting up a 9-yard touchdown pass there to Trevor Stutz to open the scoring here. 5:49 here to go in the first quarter. First broadcast of the year coming at you on Plainfield. Our 15th year bringing you Quakers football.
They'll kick it off from the 40. If I put that right there.
Yeah.
And puts the foot into it. High kick. It'll be taken on the run near the 20 across the 25. Now backpedals and gets the 27, maybe the 28. First down of 10 for Tri-West.
Well, last night was a very competitive game, 37-35, with Plainfield winning, getting their first win of the season. So we'll see how it goes. How it goes for the Bruins here on their first drive. Tri-West has a long history of great offensive players. They put a lot of players in college ball. And, you know, when you've won, hold that thought. So now first play, two receivers to the left, one to the right. There's a handoff there, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and he might have even lost a yard or two. So, tough first play for the, yeah, they're going to mark him down for, it looks like a 1 yard loss here. So second down and 11, 5 minutes to go, the midway point here of the first quarter here. Fakes the handoff now. And now the quarterback is pressured. He's in danger now, and they get him. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. But basically 2 plays for the Bruins and basically about 0 net yards roughly. So great job clamping down by the Quakers front line, trying to take control of this game early.
So as you said, Leck, big third down conversion opportunity coming up here. 3 Bruins flanked wide to the right, 1 to the left.
He's got one quarterback in shotgun, low snap, but he gets it. And now throws downfield, but overthrows his receiver. So
yeah, number 23 that time, Blake Sonicson, the intended receiver. And I believe the quarterback is Landon Ross, a freshman, number 12.
Yep, so this is obviously very valuable experience for him. Now, normally when we have these Saturday morning broadcasts, we're going to do a doubleheader, and now here's the punt. And it's bobbled, but he picks it up around the 41, and he's brought down immediately. Nevertheless, pretty good field position for the Quakers to start their second possession. 4:02 to go here in the first quarter. A score will give them a 2-possession lead. Score now 7-0. So now the Quakers break huddle.
From the 41-yard line.
Yes. 2 receivers to each side.
Snap back to pass. Steps up, throws, got a man caught on the near side of the field. And very close to midfield is number 33, Luke Leclerc.
Yep. It's going to be very close to the first down. Looks like they're going to mark him a yard short. Eric Moyers off to a good start here. 4 for 6, 48 yards and a touchdown. Already 4 different Quakers have caught a pass. And now Works looks like he does have the first and about a yard more. Yep, so they give Carson Works credit, looks like for 3 yards there. He's off to a good start here for the Quakers, 5 for 22 here. So the Quakers first and 10 at the Tri-West 48, 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. Game week 2 of the season. This is JV football here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Moyers takes it, hands off to Works. He's got a hole up the middle, and he gets up to about the 43. 43 or 44, so that's a gain of 4 or 5 there for Carson Works. Already getting a good workload today. So give him credit for 4 there. Bringing up 2nd and 6. 6 carries here in the first quarter for Carson Works. Now we got a flag here. I'm not sure what the issue is. Lex Zorn, along with Rob Kendall here on audiosportsonline.com, bringing you, and now it's going to be 5 yards against the Bruins, so that'll bring up, so it goes from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 1. We got 2 more broadcasts coming at you this season, both of them doubleheaders, freshman JV doubleheaders on Saturday mornings. So we'll be talking about those more later in the broadcast.
Working out of the gun, snap, stretch play, takes it to the far side of the field.
He's got the first.
Yeah, he did. Picked up the first down that time. That was number 16, Carson Works, on the run.
Already his 7th carry of this young game. So they're marking him at the 34, so that's another gain of 5. So 7 for 31 for Works. Very solid effort so far. He's a junior, 5'9", 155. You know, one thing I always hold that thought till after this play. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Works the running back, fakes the handoff to Works. Now throws it the middle. He's got a completion at about the 25, and he's plows his way up to about the 20. So that's a 14-yard pickup there.
Caleb Cochran with the reception that time for Plainfield.
So Cochran, the fifth Quaker to catch a pass already here in the first quarter. Good for 14 yards.
Flag is down, though, Leck, near the 27.
Well, it might be coming back then. Yes, I believe it is. Just like so that's second time a big Quaker gain has been called back today. Works had a 39-yard touchdown rush that was negated because of a penalty as well. So, yep, you are correct.
So that's going to move the ball all the way back to the 39-yard line. We've got 2:06 left to go here in the first quarter. Clock will start as they move the chains. They got to get down to the 24-yard line. Working out of the gun, snap, back to pass, steps up, looking. He's going to go down the field over the intended receiver, way overshot. That was 84 on the far side of the field. Antonio Williams, the intended receiver.
And there was a little contact with one of the Tri-West defenders, but there was no flag, and it's probably a good no call because it looked to me like incidental contact. Warriors now 4 for 7 through the air. $1:49 to go here in the first quarter. Week 2 of the season, out of 9.
Ran into the running back as he tried to hand it off, stretches to the far side of the field. That won't go anywhere as Grant Irwin that time, the runner, ran into. The quarterback, Moyers, and it'll bring up 3rd down and very long for the Plainfield Quakers, all the way back down to the 43-yard line. So basically a 3rd and 20 coming up for Plainfield as the clock continues to move. 1:15 left to go here in the first quarter of action. Working out of the gun, 1 receiver to each side of the field. Snap, rolling left side, rolling, throwing. It's caught, little screen pass inside the 35, down to about the 33. That was 41. Caleb Cochran.
So Cochran now does get his first reception of the game after all. Good for about 11 yards there. They give him a better spot than I thought. They moved up to the 13.
And now whistle will blow as the play will resume.
So now, 1st and 10. I'm sorry. That's not. I forgot about the penalty. Well,
Yeah.
is it 4th here?
It should be 4th down, but
Yeah.
I just saw applause from the Plainfield.
Yeah, so it is 4th down and 6. Remember, on their first possession, Plainfield converted a 4th and 12, went on to score a touchdown.
Yeah, so 4th down coming up for Plainfield. They've got to get down to the 24.
So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back. Warriors in shotgun.
Back to pass. Steps up. He's going to run with it. Flag flies. Got a man caught. That's enough for the first down, but that's in the area of a hold. 34, Grant Irwin with the reception.
So let's see if it will count or not. I don't think it's based on the movement of the players. Looks like that's going to be negated too. So just like, last night in the Avon game, just about the only blotch on the Orioles was they committed a lot of penalties in the first half. That's the Achilles heel of Plainfield here in the first quarter tonight. Certainly something they'll be addressing. Of course, that's why you got JV ball. It's you want to give the kids some game action, and get better and polish their rough edges. So now it'll be 4th and very long. It looks like it's going to be a 4th and about 23 for the Quakers here.
Yeah, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
Yeah.
He'll work out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass. Moyers flushed out, avoids 1 tackler. He will not avoid another, and will be sacked all the way back near the Tri-West 40. So it'll be a turnover on downs.
And that's a loss of about 10 yards, too. So now Tri-West with 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter takes over in very good field position. They were 3 and out on their first possession, hoping to do a lot better this time.
Yeah, Plainfield was in very good field position.
They were, yes, but the penalty and then the 10-yard sack there. Warriors probably should have just gotten rid of the ball, but nevertheless, he is playing a very good game overall. So 2 receivers to the left now, 2 to the right now. Fakes a handoff there. Quarterback keeper takes over to the left side, but he's going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage. So excellent coverage there. Landon Ross, the quarterback for Tri-West, undersized at 5'9", 155. It's one of those things when you're a freshman, you see a kid who has a lot of potential, but he's that size. You just hope that he'll grow a few more inches. And that is the end of the first quarter, by the way. So after 1 quarter of play here in our opening broadcast of the season at Plainfield, your score: Plainfield 7, Tri-West 0 here on Audio Sports Online. My name is Lex Zorn, joined as usual by Rob Kendall. This is our 15th consecutive season of bringing you Quakers football here on Audio Sports Online. It's going to be a different schedule this season, as we'll explain more later in the broadcast. We're just going to be bringing you the freshman and JV home games this year, but hopefully be back with a full load of games next year. And as usual, we're doing the Coach Brian Woodard show every Monday. We already have 3 or 4 episodes up for you to listen to. Coach Woodard always he gives very candid interviews, has a lot to say. So now getting ready to start the quarter here.
Yeah, and as you said, Leck, it's obviously everything's different this year, but we're glad to be back, and we do have our live stream up and rolling for today's broadcast. We had a little issue with the internet when we got here, but it's been resolved, so we'll have the podcast up, of course, but got most of that first quarter in as well for anybody that happened to be popping in. But again, nice thing about these JV games is even with limited capacity, pretty much anybody who wants to be in the stands still can. And there's a run on first down to number 24.
Blake Sonicson, yeah.
No, Maddox Johnson.
Oh, Maddox Johnson. Okay, I was one player off. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right. Maddox Johnson, so picks up a gain. He got him about 5 yards there. So that'll bring up 3rd down and a 5 for the
Bruins.
Yeah.
Back to pass.
flushed out, going to roll to his left, rolling on the run, gets away from, nope,
Oh.
nice sack that time by number 47, Ryan Saraveld.
Yeah, so that's that's second consecutive possession in which there's been a big sack for a loss. That'll bring up a fourth down there. Loss of 8 yards there.
And so it'll bring up a fourth down and long for Tri-West in the same position. Now they're going to send the punt team out, unlike Plainfield, who elected to go for it. Does just barely get it away. It's a line drive kick. It'll take a Tri-West bounce inside the 20. They'll let it roll, and it'll be down at about the 16-ish yard line.
Yes. So 8:33 to go here in the second quarter. Plainfield 7, Tri-West 0. The Quakers trying to get a sweep over their cross-county rivals after winning the varsity game last night in thrilling fashion, 37-35.
And that was really a nice win for Plainfield last night, considering they had that game against Carmel. And Coach and I talked about it this week on the Coaches Show. Look, Carmel's one of the biggest schools in the state. They're a perennial powerhouse every year. So you go from playing at Greenfield Central, who you think you're going to probably be 1-0, you should win that game, to playing Carmel. And you talk about the different things you get out of playing a team of a Carmel's level instead of Greenfield Central. And he was pretty positive about how the team did, given who they played. So it's nice to get the win against traditional competition. There's a pass up near the 25-yard line.
Got another first down to start off the drive.
Tony Quinn on the reception that time.
So already 6 Quakers caught a pass today. Barely a quarter into this game. So, yeah, that's pickup of 10 yards there.
So working out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap, back to pass, throws, got a man. Well, he had it, couldn't hang on to it. I believe that was 31. Let's see if that looks right as he gets out. Yep, Ronnie Moore.
So 2nd and 10 now. 7:47 to go here in the second quarter. And, yeah, Rob, I really enjoyed listening to Coach Woodard's interview on Monday, and hold that thought because I got a few things to say about it. But
as Moyers will work out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. And 1 man to the right. Now there's a give right up the middle. Nice run that time by number 16, Carson Works.
Yep, he picks up about 12 there. Very steady all game long.
Good enough for a first down. Go ahead, Leck.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to Coach's interview, and I agree with his feelings about it completely. Greenfield Central, they run the wishbone. The preparation you do for that game is so different than any other kind of preparation you do for any other opponents. And on the other hand, Carmel, they run similar schemes to a lot of Plainfield's opponents this season, so it's a great way to practice. And obviously playing against one of the best teams in the state, early in the season, that's a great way to make you better.
Snap, there's the give, straight ahead, and up across the 40, near the 42, maybe the 43. For Plainfield.
I believe that was Works again. And
he is, no, I think that was 30. I don't know. It may have been 36, which was Tony Quinn. He got the slap on the helmet coming out of there. But either way.
Who had that rush?
I think it may have been Tony. Was it Works? Okay, very good.
Yeah. So that makes it 9 carries for Works already in this game.
Moyers out of the gun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left. Snap back to pass. Steps up, flushed out. He's going to roll to the right side. Rolling. He'll keep it himself. All sorts of room to run. He's got a first down across midfield. And Plainfield's in business, leading it 7-0.
That's about a 10-yard pickup there by Moyers, his best keeper of the game so far. That just about makes up for that. That about negates the yards that he lost on that sack earlier. So, and gives the Quakers another first down in Tri-West territory. 1st and 10 at the 46. 6:22 to go here in the second quarter at Plainfield.
Working out of the gun. Snap. Back to pass. Steps up. Fires. Oh, boy, hit him right in the numbers. Nice pass that time. 87, the intended receiver, Braden Mills.
Yeah, and that's the second time when a Quaker has dropped a very catchable pass, a very well-thrown ball. 2nd and 10 now. But, whenever you're playing the
You're all right. This will do it. That'll cover it.
whenever you're playing when you're a Class 5A team and you're playing the number 3, hold that thought, sorry.
Moyer's out of the gun. Snap. Gibbs straight ahead is to Works. He's got room. Off left tackle.
Gets about 5. Carson Works 10 carries already in this game.
So a 3rd down coming up. And straight ahead, left side. Short gain on the play for Works. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2 yards to go.
11 carries for Carson Works, 56 yards, so just right around 5 yards a carry. Very solid load there. Like I always say, all you need is 3.4. You average 3.4, that gets the job done.
Yeah, it is interesting when you think about it in those terms, Leck. What a simple game it seems to be.
Yes.
Big 4th down and short coming up for Plainfield. 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first half, and now whistle.
You got a flag.
Timeout called by Plainfield. Let's again thank our Plainfield sponsors this year that are making the coaches shows, JV freshman games possible. Gunnell Financial, CrossFit Unbreakable, Geodis, Karen Alexander Photography, Jeff Brown Photography, Deer Creek Golf Club, Beacon Sign Company, and LJS Contractors Roofing and Restoration.
Well, Rob, whenever you're a 5A team and you're playing the number 3 team in the entire state, and you're doing so on 3 days' notice, obviously that's a big challenge, and I thought the kids responded incredibly well. And I remember when I saw the game, I was thinking, hey, what a great way to start the season with your toughest opponent of the season. I mean, probably anybody, even who they play in the Class 5A playoffs, is not going to be as good as Carmel is. So that it's a great way to test yourself. And all things considered, I mean, they were very competitive. I mean, 31-6. I mean, you look at, Carmel routinely beats some of their MIC opponents by 40, 50 points.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. Obviously this year is going to be, as we talked about at length last night during the Avon game, an anomaly from the standpoint of there may be weeks where you don't play a conference opponent. There may be some teams that end up with, 4 conference games and some that end up with 6, and it's going to be a lot of mixing and matching and trying to put teams just to get games on the field sometimes.
Yeah.
So really everything's going to kind of go out the window. And all that being said, the only thing that's going to really matter is once you hit October and hit the playoffs.
Although obviously you'd prefer to have 9 games to tune up for the playoffs, but there could be times where maybe you're nursing some injuries and the week off might benefit you. You never know. So anyway, 2 receivers to each side now. Works the running back. I think got a new running back in there, and then.
Yeah, the running back is number 34, which is Grant Irwin.
Yeah.
And now a whistle as they're up. Nope, now we're ready to go.
Works after 11 carries here in the first half, earned his break.
Boy, nice design play, nice slant. That's a catch. That is Braden Mills with the reception, and that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, so.
Very nice design play out of the timeout right there. Clock will continue to run with 4:53 left to go in the first half.
So already 7 different Quakers have caught a pass today. That's outstanding, just about a quarter and a half. So if you're a Quakers fan, you got to feel excited about the future of this program.
Snap, play action, roll into the right side. Rolling, he's going to be hit, and he's going to be taken down all the way back at the 41-yard line. So a big loss that time on first down for Plainfield as the clock will continue to move, and it'll be 2nd and long.
So that's a couple of long sacks that they've gotten. Moyers for today, and So we'll see now if the Tri-West defense can, capitalize on it. They're lucky. The Tri-West lucky to only be down 7-0 right now. But it's been a good competitive game. With hold that thought.
There's the give to Works. He'll drive ahead inside the 35, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 12, maybe 13 for Plainfield as they try to inch back into reasonable territory for a 4th down conversion opportunity. So 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, so Works now already 12 carries. It's a very big play for the Tri-West defense here. As they're trying to stay within one possession. They do get the ball first to start the second half.
Working out of the gun. Snap. Back to pass. Going down the field, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, throw was just off.
Pass was intended that time for number 84, Antonio Williams. And so there will be 3:13 left to go in the first half of action. And let's see, is this a punt or a kick coming up for Plainfield? It looks like it's going to be a punt. Number 92 for your Quakers, Ian Keck, on to punt it away.
Plainfield's completely dominating Tri-West possession in this game. The Bruins have only run 6 plays from scrimmage the whole game, 6 offensive plays.
Keck will stand all the way back at his 49-yard line. Snap off the turf. Nice job to pick it up. It's a line drive kick. It'll sail. It'll bounce into the end zone. And Plainfield will take, or Tri-West rather, will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Plainfield leads it 7-0 here on Audio Sports Online.
Well, Plainfield's moved the ball very well, but they've just struggled to finish drives. They finished the first one, failed to finish the last 2. Meanwhile, Tri-West, they're about to start their 3rd possession. The first 2 were both 3 and out. And by my count, a net yardage of -1. So the Bruins desperately trying to get some offense going here. And keep in mind, like I said, they do get the ball first, start the first half. So if they can just get through the rest of this half without giving up any more points, then, that'll be a good victory for them.
Working out of the shotgun. Tri-West Bruins have it now, trying to do something here offensively. Snap, play action, looking. He's going down the field. And it is up, and it is caught. Nice catch. Number 6 for the Bruins that time, Alex Ziatz.
So the first time that the Bruins have moved the chains all game. And boy, did they need it.
Yeah, the quarterback, number 12, Landon Ross.
That was the first pass of the game, by the way, for Ross.
Out of the gun, snap, gives straight ahead, and Bruins not much doing there that time. Maddox Johnson, the running back that time, and he got a couple of yards as Plainfield met him near midfield. Second down and long coming up. 2:25 left to play here in the first half. Tri-West does have all their timeouts left.
They got to feel good that they're finally getting some offense going for the first time in this game.
Snap, back to pass. Now flushed out, on the run, going. He's going to be, nope, they couldn't get him. Stayed on his feet, got out of bounds.
That was a heck of an effort there by Ross just to, make something out of nothing. I mean, he ended up with about a 2-yard gain there. What could have been a disaster.
Yeah, the host of Quakers giving chase that time ended up being, as you said, Leck, a gain of a couple yards. 3rd down and short, clock stops.
Well, they give him a better spot than I expected. They give him credit for 5.
Wow. So 3rd down and short coming up. They need to get to the 43. The ball is currently at the 46.
So, and remember, Tri-West does have all 3 timeouts left, too. So they have a full range of options here to try to get back and tie the game before they head into the locker room.
Bad snap. That's a live ball. Ross will pick it up on the run, throws it away. Boy, what a play that time to avoid major damage.
Yeah.
It'll be no gain, but that could have been a loss of more than 20 yards.
Easily. So, yeah, that's two plays in two plays in a row where you give Ross a lot of credit. Where last play he almost dodged a sack, ended up turning it into about a 5-yard gain with some very aggressive running in there. Does a great job covering a bad snap and just getting rid of the ball.
Fourth down coming up for Tri-West. They've got to get about long 3, short 4. They are going to punt. Now whistle, flags fly. And
keep in mind that, you got to have really good hands to pick up a ball like that, because, the one thing about, the way that the football is designed is the bounce pattern is not very predictable.
Right. And right there, Leck, as you said, avoiding disaster, but 5 yards coming back for Tri-West, so they'll be forced to punt it away from their own 48-yard line.
So Plainfield has all 3 timeouts too, so they'll have a chance to do something. The Quakers have moved the ball well, but they've struggled to finish drives.
Kick is away. It's a line drive kick. It'll be taken on a bounce at the 30 and break it through a couple tackles up to the 35. Ball was loose, but able to get down on it was number 81. Is that right? Does that look right? It's hard to see in the sun from a distance. 81? Yeah. That was Ross Good.
I'll tell you, though, the toughest, I remember one time I did a Saturday afternoon game. It was Martinsville versus Decatur Central. It was a rain delay it was a makeup of a rain delay from the day before, or a lightning delay, excuse me. And, with Decatur Central had white jerseys and yellow numbers, and they were almost impossible to read in the sun.
Yeah, the good old days when we used to do Decatur Central.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Boy, you've been putting up with me for a long time.
This is the 9th year, yeah.
3 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Snap back to pass. Moyers has some time. Now steps up. Now he's going to be flushed out. Got a man on the run. He's got the 33. Breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet. Stays in bounds. And now gets out of bounds. That was pretty much a perfect play for Plainfield that time. 33, Luke Leclerc on the reception. Gets out of bounds with 1:07 to go.
Yeah, that was... There's great footwork there by Leclerc, dodging his defender and picking up another 15 yards.
And again, Plainfield with all 3 timeouts still, and that getting out of bounds stopped the clock. So perfect play for Plainfield.
Yes.
Out of the gun, Moyers back to pass, looks, throws, a little bit undershot there on the far side of the field. And it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, Moyers, by my count, 8 for 15 now, 102 yards and 1 touchdown.
Working out of the gun. Snap. Play action. Pass caught. Far side of the field. He will stay in bounds, and it will not be enough for a 1st down, so the clock will continue to run. Plainfield looks content to let it wind down now, as it's going to be a 3rd down coming up and short, and obviously with all 3 timeouts left.
So that's 2 in a row by Leclerc, and he picks up 7 on that one. But and remember, they still have all 3 timeouts, so a full range of options here.
30 seconds left. Snap, play action, quarterback keeper, and spinning ahead and driving, and he's going to get that first down.
Yes, he does.
With 28 down to the 28-yard line with 21 seconds to go. Plainfield will spend a timeout. Yeah. Let's again take a moment to thank our sponsors who make it possible for us to be out here. And those sponsors include Gunnell Financial, CrossFit Unbreakable, Giudis, Karen Alexander Photography, Jeff Brown Photography, Deer Creek Golf Club, Beacon Sign Company, and LJS Contractors Roofing and Restoration.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we're near the end of an exciting competitive first half with your Plainfield Quakers, a 7-0 lead over the cross-county rival Tri-West Bruins. Plainfield just got a 1st down. They have the ball 1st and 27 there. With still 2 timeouts left. First and 10 at the 27 with 2 timeouts left. So a great chance to get a score here, and that would be especially good for the Quakers here because Tri-West does get the ball first, and they get the ball first to start the second half, and it would be great if when they got the ball they they didn't have a chance to tie it if they'd be 2 possessions down. So Quakers trying to get the score here. They moved the ball very well today. This is their 4th possession. They've moved into Tri-West territory on every possession, but they've only finished off the drive once. Once they turned over on downs, once they punted. But overall, a very good game for starting quarterback Eric Moyers, who looks like the and I'll tell you that, and keep in mind that Plainfield's varsity team for 2 years in a row now has heavily played 2 quarterbacks, both Aiden Moyers and then Cale Vanderbush. So
working out of the gun, snap, back to pass, steps up, throws, got a man caught on the near side of the field. He will stay inbounds.
Got another first down.
Down to the 15.
And that was Works there with the reception. So
11 seconds to go.
The clock's still running. Are they going to use they've got 2 timeouts left.
I don't think they realize it. And now they will spend a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, I thought because they got a first down, I thought it would automatically stop. So let's see what's. Not sure what the situation here because the clock normally stops in high school ball when there's a first down, stops to move the chains, and it did not stop here, so I think maybe they're trying to figure out how much time is supposed to be on the clock. That was Carson Works with his first reception of the game, by the way, picked up 11 yards, becoming the eighth a Quaker to catch a pass today. An incredible number, so got to feel good about all the weapons that Coach Brian Woodard has down the turnpike. Plainfield, a very solid program for many years, and I think the best days are still to come. There's 3 seconds left, and they are going to attempt a field goal here.
95, Kyle Hayden to attempt the kick.
So this would be a 32-yard field goal attempt. Plainfield with a long history of great kickers.
Snap spot, the kick is up, and it is good right down the middle as number 95, Kyle Hayden, booms it through to bring about the end of the first.
Yeah, and that's very big for Plainfield because they take a 2-possession lead into the locker room. So now Tri-West, when they take over on offense to start the third quarter, they'll need 2 scores rather than just 1. They won't be able to tie it on that first possession. So good game, good first half for the Quakers. And still confused about what happened there with the timeouts and everything and the clock stoppage there near the end of the first half. But the Quakers do have overall a very good first half, and they lead their cross-county rivals, Tri-West, 10-0.
Yeah, they got their 3 points, though, Leck, and that's ultimately all that matters.
Yeah, that's very important that they get that 2-possession lead. And another thing about it, Rob, is that they had 4 possessions, 4 offensive possessions in the first half. First one, was very smooth. They went down, got the touchdown very quickly on that pass from Moyers to Stutz, and then they had 2 more possessions where they made it into Bruin territory, but they stalled. They had a couple of penalties and a couple of incomplete passes, things like that, and they didn't finish the drive. So it would have been bad if they ended the first half. That would have, I think, left a really bad taste in their mouth if they ended the first half with 3 consecutive possessions in which they got into Bruin territory but came with no points. So good to get the points there. And then another thing is that usually you don't have a lot of field goals even attempted in JV ball. So it's always nice to give your kickers that kind of experience of kicking a ball into having a field goal attempt in a real game situation. It's so much different than practice. But anyway, let's take a look at a scoring recap. Not much to tell you, but with 5:49 to go here in the first quarter, Eric Moyers struck on a 9-yard touchdown pass to Trevor Stutz, and Hayden hit the extra point, making the score 7-0. And then there was no scoring until the very last play of the half with no time remaining when Hayden hit a 32-yard field goal, bringing us to our current score of 10-0. Look at the individual statistics. First of all, for the Plainfield Quakers, Eric Moyers has completed 10 of 17 passes for 120 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Trevor Stutz on a trick play through 1 pass. It was complete for 22 yards. An incredible 8 different Quakers have caught at least 1 pass in this game. Very, very balanced. So we've got Bryce Pax has 1 reception for 22 yards. Trevor Stutz has 2 for 14 yards and 1 touchdown. Grant Irwin has 1 for 25. Caleb Cochran has 1 for 13. Tony Quinn has 1 for 10. Braden Mills has 1 for 7. Carson Works, the star running back, has 1 for 11. And Leclerc has 3 for 40. On the ground, Carson Works has been the go-to guy. He has 12 rushes for 61 yards. Also had a 39-yard touchdown rush that was negated because of a penalty. And then Grant Irwin has 1 for -1, and Eric Moyers 1 for -1. Then for the Tri-West Bruins, not a whole lot to report. They only had a handful of offensive plays in the first half. They had 3 possessions. 2 of them went 3 and out. Landon Ross has completed 1 of 2 passes for 27 yards. The completion was to Alex Zietz, obviously for 27 yards. Then on the ground, Ross has 5 rushes for -2 yards, and Maddox Johnson has 3 for 8. So that wraps up the first half statistics.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, still got about 6.5 minutes up on the clock. We will have the second half. Plainfield leading Tri-West 10-0 here on Audio Sports Online.
All right.
All right, back here with the second half. Rob Kendall, Lex Zorn bringing you today's JV game on AudioSportsOnline.com. Plainfield leads it by a score of 10-0 over the Tri-West Bruins, and Tri-West will have the ball to begin the second half. Like Plainfield seemed like they dominated both sides of the ball, but only up 10 points.
Yeah, they did. They had 4 possessions. They got inside Bruin territory on each of them. And the way they scored so easily on the first possession, it looked like they might run away with it. But second and third possessions, they stalled a couple of drop passes, a couple of penalties, a couple of big sacks that kept them from scoring. So I think it was really important for them to get that field goal there at the end of the first half, because you don't want to end the half with 3 consecutive possessions in which you get into your opponent's territory and come away with nothing. So, of course, I won't say they came with nothing because, they kept Tri-West offense on the field. Only 10 plays from scrimmage, only 10 offensive plays for the Bruins in the first half.
All right, so Plainfield will kick it off.
It's a very important possession for the Bruins.
And it will be number 92 kicking off for Plainfield, Ian Keck. And that's a booming kick. It'll sail over the head of the Tri-West receiver and into the end zone. And, we've talked about this before. It's amazing, especially over the past 10 years that we've been out doing JV games here, Avon, other places, how well these skill position players work even at a JV level. The kicker kicks it into the end zone. The quarterbacks are able to throw efficient passes. That's something that 15, 20 years ago you just didn't see at a JV level, and now they're very, very astute in terms of execution of plays.
Yeah, I mean, high school football here in Indiana has just come so far. And, it's incredible the way these players work out all year long now. And they have such incredible systems now. And now we get some movement on the line and the flag here. And, Tri-West is a great example, and I'm so glad Plainfield has them on the schedule for the last 3 years now, and apparently plan to keep this rivalry going for the foreseeable future. But, like I've pointed out, Rob, very often, when you've won 4 state championships, as Tri-West has, it's easy to get the kids to buy into your system. And, so the kids really work hard together. And same with Plainfield. They don't have the postseason accolades that Tri-West does, for a lot of reasons, mainly being that they've run into Cathedral and Roncalli so many times in the playoffs. But nevertheless, they have a great system here. And that's like, for example, every year, no matter how great Plainfield has, in the back, no matter how good their running backs are, that, because it's a Brian Woodward coach team, they're going to have good running backs the next year.
Right.
I can come up with a list of about 10, very good running backs I've commentated now in all these years with Quaker football. So,
quarterback keeper, and he will stretch it to the near side of the field. Nice job, wrapped up from behind. Number 40 that time for Plainfield, got him in the backfield, and that was Gavin Hendry.
So that was a good job there by Ross to avoid a sack there. He's shown some good mobility tonight.
Second down coming up, or third down, I should say, coming up. Third down in about 4.
Very big third down for Tri-West, because even though Plainfield has not had a lot of success finishing drives today, they have milked the clock very well.
Snap, back to pass, flushed out, rolling, going to run. No, now he's going to throw it over the head of the intended receiver, incomplete. Intended for number 6 that time, I'm sorry, that's the wrong team. Alex Ziatz.
I do that all the time. Especially in JV ball. But also, I've neglected to talk about what the other Hendricks County teams have done this weekend. First of all, Brownsburg, the number 3 team in the state, has a game tonight on national TV. Believe it or not, they host Cincinnati St. Xavier at 6 p.m. and don't know what the ticket situation is out there, but you can watch it on TV. And I know you can do that at least. I don't know if they're still selling tickets for that one, but it's a punt.
High short kick, fair catch, signaled for, taken at the 49. And so Plainfield will have it 1st and 10 from there.
But then, other than that, like I said, Avon beat Ben Davis last night, 54-13. Definitely erasing some of the sting of their opening loss to Lawrence North. And by the way, that Lawrence North team, they beat Marion 70-14 last night. So maybe Lawrence North really is going to be a juggernaut this year.
Yeah, and we talked about that last night on the broadcast. I think the Avon we saw last night far more indicative. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Of what you're going to see the rest of the year than what they saw week one. There's a run on 1st down. I believe that was Works.
Yes, it was. Yes,
for about 4 yards.
Yeah, Works. That's his 13th carry of the game. They give him credit for about 1 or 2. They give him credit for 2 there. So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Works the running back. Moyer's in shotgun.
Back to pass. Steps up. Oh, lost the handle on it. That's a live ball. And now they'll say it's an incomplete pass.
That's a good break for Plainfield there. Although it does put them in 3rd and long, so this is a very big play for the Tri-West defense. They definitely want to get the Quakers offense off the field. Because even though Plainfield's only scored 10 points, they've totally dominated time of possession.
Working out of the gun. Snap. Back to pass. Steps up. Fires to the near side of the field. Boy, that is caught right at the 40. What a nice catch that time.
Yeah, it was Grant Irwin there with another reception, and he got just enough for the 1st down.
So 1st down and 10 coming up for Plainfield.
Irwin with his 2nd reception of the game.
Two receivers wide to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap, play action, pass, caught, far side of the field. And he'll roll down to about the 31-yard line. 2nd and short coming up for Plainfield.
So that's about an 8-yard pickup. Trevor Stutz there with the reception. He had the only touchdown of the game so far. Picks up 8 there.
Two receivers wide to the right, 1 man to the left. Out of the gun. Snap, stretch play, right side. Now breaks a tackle, Works, spins ahead, probably did not get the 30, which he needed to just get past. He needed to get just past the 30. And no gain on the play, so it'll bring up 3rd and 2.
We have a new quarterback now, Chris Stevens. Now he's a 5'10", 140-pound sophomore there for the Quakers.
Out of the gun. Snap. Gives straight ahead to Works. Has the 1st down and then some. Driving ahead inside the 25, so another 1st down for Plainfield. Clock continues to move. 5:23 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Works with 15 receptions in this game so far.
Working out of the gun. Snap, back to pass. Steps up, throws, tipped up, nearly intercepted. That time it was number 42 for Tri-West. That was Bronson Hooley, nearly with the interception.
Yes. So good to see after a very good 1st half from Eric Moyers. Now looking forward to watching to see what Chris Stevens can do for Plainfield.
Two receivers to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap, stretch play, cuts it back. Nice run that time, and taken down very near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Irwin with 5 yards there.
And go ahead, Lex.
That's his 2nd rush of the game.
Clock continues to move. It'll bring up a third down and about 6. They need to get to the 15. The ball's placed just outside the 20.
So 4:27 to go here in the third quarter. Plainfield, a touchdown here would give them a nearly insurmountable three-possession lead.
Snap is low, picks it up off the ground, throwing down the field, and it's picked off on the far side of the field, and he's got some room to run up across the 20, and so Plainfield with the turnover that time, number 23 for the Bruins, Blake Sonicson.
Yeah, so that was, he threw it right to him, so it's not a well-thrown ball, and now all of a sudden, Tri-West, they were in danger of going down 3 possessions. Now they have a chance to get back in this here with 4:05 to go here in the third quarter. So disappointing turn of events for the Quakers. So they still have a 10-0 lead, but we're hoping to really take full control of the game on that possession.
First down and 10 for Tri-West. Clock moving. Inside of 4 minutes left to go in the third. Snap. Give is now the buster to the far side. Cuts it back. Room to run across the 35. And he'll take it all the way down to about the 36-ish.
So as Maddox Johnson with another good run for Tri-West. He's been about the brightest spot they've had on offense today. He picks up about 14 on that one.
Yeah, that was good enough for a first down.
So 3:22 to go and counting here in the third quarter. Tri-West trying to get something going. They've had a lot of struggles on offense today.
Snap, straight ahead, now busted to the far side of the field. Big hole, and still going, and still moving across midfield. First down into Plainfield territory. 3:06 left to go in the third quarter, and Tri-West is in business.
Very good keeper there by Ross. He was running very aggressively. Really, you can tell he really wants this, and he ends up picking up 19 yards there. By far his biggest long run of the game. So 3:06 to go. Tri-West trailing 10-0 here.
Snap. Stretch play to the near side of the field. Cuts it back. Host of Quakers take him down. That was 24, Thomas Niswander. I'm sorry, again the wrong team, my bad. Maddox Johnson with the run.
Yeah, Maddox Johnson's had a couple of good runs today. And I'll tell you, I was going to say Niswander, very much a Plainfield name I know very well. For many years.
Yeah, we've done this long enough now that we know when we're calling the wrong name because we've called the other name for years on the Plainfield sidelines.
Niswander, a very popular name here in the Plainfield program.
Out of the gun, snap, back to pass. Has time. Going down the field, it's up, and it is going to be...
there's a dangerous ball, nearly intercepted.
Flag flies all the way back at near the 50, so let's see what that is. And it's going to be roughing the passer on Plainfield.
So, yeah, it works out really well for Tri-West. It easily could have been an interception the way that ball was tipped there. So, Tri-West has by far its best field position of the game now at the Plainfield 25. I'm not sure they'd even been into Quaker territory once before this possession.
Working out of the gun. 2:21 left to play in the third quarter. Tri-West on the move. Down by 10.
Movement at the line, but no flag. Whew.
Give. He'll bust it to the near side of the field. Host of Quakers in there that time, including number 52 for Plainfield. That was Damian Golden with the tackle.
So Maddox Johnson brought down for a slight loss there. He's been Tri-West's biggest bright spot on offense today. 2 minutes to go now and counting in the third quarter. Tri-West trying to get on the scoreboard.
Out of the gun. Snap. Rolls to the right side. Looks like he's going to keep it. He is. Busts it to the far side before being pushed out of bounds.
So that's about a 2-yard pickup there. So bringing up a very critical 3rd and long for Tri-West, assuming that they'll go for it on. I'm assuming they would go for it on 4th down if it comes to that. A couple of minutes ago, it looked like Plainfield was about to put the game away. They were threatening to take a 3-possession lead, but an interception, has blossomed into Tri-West's best offensive possession of the game.
Snap back to pass. Rolls right side. Rolls, throws, caught in the flat. Going to try to bust it to the near side of the field, but Plainfield nothing doing. Host of Quakers in there on the tackle, including number 47 for Plainfield, Ryan Severfeld.
So that was Maddox Johnson there, who's had some nice rushes today. Now he gets up limping, though he's still walking on.
I think it's pronounced Sierraveld. Sorry, Leck.
Oh, no problem.
His parents are going to be disappointed in me if I don't try to get that right, though.
I know. I always try. I always do my best. Maddox. I almost said Magic Johnson. Maddox Johnson, Maddox. A little guy at 5'4", 130.
Now, the clock has stopped for some reason. I guess he's injury timeout to get off the field.
Yeah. So that pass results in -3 yards.
And a big 4th down coming up for Tri-West. They've got to get all the way down to the 14-yard, just past the 15-yard line. They're currently back at the 26, so they basically got to pick up 11 yards here on 4th down.
Plainfield on their opening drive converted on a 4th and 12 that led to the only touchdown of the game by either team.
And now Tri-West going to spend a timeout. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors again who make our broadcast possible. Gunnell Financial, CrossFit Unbreakable, Geodis, Karen Alexander Photography, Jeff Brown Photography, Deer Creek Golf Club, Beacon Sign Company, LJS Contractors, Roofing and Restoration.
You mentioned the name Niswander. The player that reminds me the most of is Colin Niswander, who was the main starter here for Plainfield at quarterback in the 2014 and 2015 seasons. And he's a guy who I really I've never met him, but I have a lot of he was always one of my favorite quarterbacks to commentate. He didn't have a lot of physical skills. He was about 5'10", 165, which is about my size. But he was just such a relentless competitor and such a smart player, just a relentless overachiever. And, I really had a lot of fun commentating him during his 2 years as starter here. And hopefully he's doing well in whatever path he's taken in life. But, yeah, it's great to see so many, the Middletons, the Vihingers, the Maples, the Hagees, so many families with great traditions here in Quaker football, and that's just something that just makes it more. It makes it even more fun and more special. So and the Warriors too, lest we forget.
That is right. All right, so here we go. 4th down, opportunity for Tri-West. Snap out of the gun. Rolling right side. Rolling on the run. Going to be hit. Going to be dropped.
That could be intentional grounding.
It won't matter.
Yeah. Either way, it'll be Quakers' ball. I guess they're going to just let it be incomplete.
Nice job by a host of Quakers in there that time, including number 47, Sierraveld.
So the story of this game, Rob, is a lot of missed opportunities. Many of the possessions have ended in opponents' territories, just drives that the offensive team just failed to finish off. So now Plainfield with 43 seconds to go here in the third quarter, taking over with a 10-0 lead. And I'd imagine, they'll probably be pretty conservative as now Chris Stevens, his second possession of the game. He had a couple of good plays on his first possession, but then threw that interception. So let's see how he does this time.
Out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left. Snap, play action, rolling, looking, throwing. Got a man caught on the far side of the field. Nice catch that time by 33, Luke Leclerc.
was a very good job, making the reception and getting a foot down in bounds.
Close to a first down. Going to be about 2 yards short.
No, they gave it to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, good job for Plainfield. Clock will stop as they move out of bounds.
It's a good way for Stevens to start that drive, coming off that interception. Leclerc now 4 receptions, 50 yards in this game.
Oh, no, they are going to start the clock, so Plainfield may be content to wind this. Yeah, I think Plainfield's going to be content to let this roll to the quarter. And so, with 1 quarter left to go, Plainfield leads it by a score of 10-0 over the Tri-West Bruins. Right here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Well, a couple more scores to report. The other 2 Hendricks County teams last night. Actually, only 1 score to report because I was really sorry to learn that Danville actually ended up canceling its game against Mooresville because of several players for Danville being on quarantine. And Danville, by the way, entered the game entered the week as the number 4 ranked team in Class 3A. So hopefully, all those guys will be okay. I'm really sorry to hear about the game being canceled. They do say that they're committed to playing next Friday against Lebanon. Hopefully that will happen.
And that's a big game for those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I think in terms of importance each year, just from the local rivalry perspective,
yeah.
Tri-West probably number 1 for Danville, and then Lebanon maybe a close second.
Yeah, big Sagamore Conference game for the for the Warriors. And then finally rounding out the county action, Cascade off to a very rough start this season. They lost to Beech Grove 46-0. Keep in mind the Cadets lost about 12 or 13 3-year starters to graduation, so they're and have a new coach on top of it. So obviously they're very much a rebuilding year for Cascade. Hopefully they'll get some wins later on in the season. They do have looks like they have about 2 or 3 winnable games on their schedule.
All right, so first down for the Quakers. I'm sorry. Yeah, first down for the Quakers.
Yeah.
10 minutes to go in the ball game. Works, cuts it to the far side of the field, stays inbounds, and will be taken down for a short gain on first down. Not much happened in that time for Plainfield.
Yeah, Works an incredible 16 carries in this game. He had about 10 or 11 in the first quarter, and they give him credit for 1 there, so I have him 16 for 72. He would probably get my game ball at this point, averaging an even 4.5 a carry.
Plainfield taking their time, letting that clock wind down as now their friend with the 2-possession lead and the ball. Out of the gun. Snap, whistle, flag flies. And again, your quarterback in here in the second half is number 9, Chris Stevens.
Yeah, so both quarterbacks who've played today are sophomores. Eric Moyer's got the start, played very well. Stevens did throw the interception on his first possession, but he has done some good things also. And this one's going to be, it looks like, against Tri-West.
So a bit of a help there for the Quakers.
Indeed.
All right, so it'll bring up second down and about 4 yards now for Plainfield versus a 2nd and 9. Snap. Pass caught, far side of the field. He'll cut it back across the 40 near the 42.
See, so who made that reception? Okay, 82, let's see. Okay, so nobody here in the press box knows whose number 82 is. He's not on the roster. I always say that's part of the annoying charm of high school ball, is that you have players in the games who are not listed on the roster.
Give straight ahead to Works. He'll drive ahead up to near the first down at the 46.
He might just get it. Depends on the. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Gave him the 47. So Works picks up another first down, and Plainfield will have a fresh set of downs, and the clock will continue to run.
But I remember, though, a few years ago when I was commentating, it was back in the 2014 season, a game here at Plainfield. They were playing Roncalli in Week 4, and there was a number 28 who came into the game, and then I heard about 4 or 5 people in about a split second say who's number 28 when he rushed, and it was Dylan Foster, who had joined the team late, and it ended up being a very good 2-year starter for the Quakers.
There's a give across midfield for Plainfield. 34 the ball carrier that time. Irwin.
Yeah.
Second down coming up. Plainfield trying to milk every second out of that clock.
Yes, that's right. And looks like, they're likely headed to a victory here. Tri-West has moved the ball better on their last couple of possessions, but they've just not, succeeded at finishing a drive.
Working out of the gun. Snap. Play action. Pass. Near side of the field falls incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like there was some miscommunication about who was supposed to go where, because that ball was not thrown to anybody. I saw one receiver for Plainfield, turn his head around, as if he wasn't sure where the ball was going. But nevertheless, third down for the Quakers, 3rd and 7 or 8 here.
Ball at the 49.
And by the way, Rob and I are having to estimate because the scoreboard does not list the down or the yards to go. So, for the sake of clarification.
Shotgun, snap, give, Irwin, take it down from behind. He'll cross midfield. He'll head down to about the 46, and it'll bring up a 4th down, and we'll call it, they're going to put it in between 46. All right, so 4th down and long 3, short 4 coming up. Now now here comes the punt team. I was going to say, in a varsity game, I think you definitely see a punt, but with JV, them trying to work on various offensive plays and cadences, and sometimes you might see them go for it here, but I think Plainfield said, we want to make sure we win this game. Let's kick it away.
Yeah, it's JV, you typically do take more chances, but yeah, when you've led the whole game, from the first possession, you want to get the win. So,
out of the shotgun, snap is clean. Kick is away, boy, good kick, high booming kick. It'll sail, it'll bounce inside, takes a Plainfield bounce inside the 10, and it'll be down right at the 5. What a great kick that time by the punter, number 92, Ian Keck.
Yeah, so, it couldn't have gotten much better than that. And the great thing for Plainfield now, Tri-West 6:09 to go in the game. They need 2 scores, and they haven't moved the ball very well offensively for most of the game. So, looks like, Plainfield likely is going to get out of here with the win today.
So a 1st down and 10 coming up for the Bruins. They trail it by 10. Rushes to the far side of the field. Hit. Probably enough for a 1st down. He'll be taken out of bounds. And it'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for Tri-West.
And I'm really impressed with Ross. He's, he doesn't have he doesn't have great personnel around him, but he's a really tough competitor. I like that, he looks like he's just going all out to try to take this game over and get his team back in it. So he's been fun to watch. Picks up 12 on that one.
Working out of the gun. Snap. Give. Oh, boy. Host of Quakers in there that time, including number 47, Saraveld.
So, yeah, it's Maddox Johnson with a short loss there. Yeah, they got him for a 2-yard loss there.
Tried to sneak one past Plainfield that time. Didn't work.
Yep, 5:30 to go in the game. Plainfield looks like they're going to get out of here with the win, but it's not certain yet, so don't go anywhere. I also want to remind you all that our next broadcast will be 2 weeks from this morning as Plainfield hosts Perry Meridian in a freshman JV doubleheader. Hope you all will tune in for that one, or better yet, be here if you can.
Working out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass. Steps up, flush, right side. Rolling, 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 throwing on the run. Snap.
Got the first. And I will see who the receiver is. 43. That is Connor Siester, Syester. That's a new name to me.
It's enough for a first down. Clock will now start. 5 minutes left to go in the ball game as they'll move it up to the 31-yard line.
So that's a 17-yard gain there by Siester. Only the third complete pass for Ross in the game. Of course, he's only thrown 6 passes.
Snap. Gibbs straight ahead. Cuts it back. Oh, he probably didn't want to do that because that'll keep the clock running. But take it out at the 40. Nice gain on the play, but stays in bounds.
So Johnson with another good run. He gets up for 8 or 9 on that one. They mark him right at the 40. So it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Bruins.
Out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Working out of the shotgun, single man in the backfield. Snap, quarterback keeper, drives ahead, knocked his helmet off that time.
Oh boy, so gains about 1, but the clock keeps ticking, so not a good play for the Bruins there.
They tried to catch him off guard, and now whistle on a timeout called by Tri-West. As this is a big play in the ball game. 3:42 left to go, and the Bruins down by 10.
Well, it's been a very competitive game. Plainfield has outplayed Tri-West in most ways, but has struggled to finish drives. Tri-West has competed very hard. They just don't seem to have the kind of personnel that they normally do. And, of course, they could have some players out for various reasons, too. But, yeah, it seems like really almost every play has been a rush by either Ross or Johnson. So it's when I commentate Tri-West, usually I'm accustomed to seeing them have a whole array of weapons. But nevertheless, they have played hard, and they've done a good job just staying close in this game and still trying to make a game out of it. 3:42 to go. If they get a score here, then they're within 1 possession. So,
again, let's thank our sponsors, Gunnell
Yes.
Financial, CrossFit Unbreakable, Geodis, Karen Alexander Photography, Jeff Brown Photography, Deer Creek and Beacon Sign Company, and LJS Roofing and Restoration.
I also want to I'll hold that thought till after this play. 3:42 to go in the game.
Two receivers to each side of the field.
I think it's the first time maybe the first time we've seen Tri-West in that formation tonight.
And now they tried to run play. They did catch everybody off guard. He stayed, he stayed in bounds. They'll get the first down, but the clock will run as soon as they move the chains. Did stay in bounds, so Tri-West picks up the mission, shall we say, of the first down. However, again, the chains will continue to...
The clock will continue to
clock will continue to move as soon as they move the chains.
Yes.
So there we go.
It's right at the 50 now. 3:34 to go. Tri-West still is. There's only been 1 touchdown the whole game. That was on the first possession when Moyers threw to Slutes for Plainfield. Then the Quakers added a field goal at the end on the very last play of the first half.
Snap, low, ball's on the floor, picks it up, avoids a tackle, won't avoid another. He's going to be called down by contact.
Yeah, devastating play for Tri-West.
He tried to pitch it and get rid of it, but was clearly down on the ground before he threw it. to a teammate, so the clock will continue to run inside of 3 minutes. That'll move them all the way back to the 43. They've got to get down to the 40, so basically a second and 17 coming up now for Tri-West.
Yeah, 2:50 to go in the game now.
Working out of the gun. Snap is high. Another bad snap. Picks it up off the turf. Running, rolling left side, rolling, throws it up. It is going to be tipped up. Did
he catch it?
No, hit the ground.
Oh, man.
Nearly an amazing catch.
Yeah.
Boy, there was all sorts of stuff going on that play.
Well, you can be sure now that Tri-West is going to be working on their snaps in practice, because that's been a killer here, and they're very lucky that there hasn't been a turnover. That they're lucky they didn't lose the first play on a fumble and then the second play on an interception.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
2:19 to go, so Tri-West almost out of chances here. 3rd and 17 now at their own 43. This is our first broadcast of the season here on Audio Sports Online.
Snap. Putting it up for grabs, and it is nearly picked off.
Yeah.
Number 5 for Plainfield that time, Harrison Herbeck.
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of confusion because none of the receivers were anywhere close to that pass where it was thrown. So apparently some miscommunication going on there. So 2:14 to go. Tri-West now down to their last chance. They do have all 3 timeouts left. But, yeah, the 4th and 17 here.
So the
Ross is 3 for 8 through the air today. Most of the passes coming on this possession.
could be the final offensive play of the game for Tri-West. We'll see if they can keep the drive going here.
Yep, 11:36 your time of day. So it looks like we're going to be out of here well before noon.
Snap is high, pulls it down, back to pass, flushed out, a little screen pass. Got it. He's got the far side of the field, but a host of Quakers to meet him, and going to be still stays on his feet. Little Barry Sanders action back there. And
oh, my God.
Finally, a host of Quakers take him down.
That was a great effort, though. That was fun to watch.
So it'll be a turnover on downs. Plainfield will take control, and unless Tri-West wants to burn those timeouts here, Plainfield could probably wrap this thing up with a couple of plays.
Yeah, 1:58 to go in the game now. So, and that the result of that play is going to be a 6-yard loss there on that completed pass. But a great effort there by Maddox Johnson. And by the way, Johnson has 2 receptions today. They went for a combined -9.
Working out of the shotgun. Snap. That's
fumble.
A live
Tri-West
ball.
got it, so don't go anywhere yet.
Exactly what Plainfield did not want to happen. A fumbled snap there. And Tri-West will take over.
And remember,
in the field position.
With 3 timeouts. So if they get a quick score here, you know that's a 1-possession game, and they're not quite out of it. Plainfield will probably hang on for the win, but certainly that's it's obviously disappointing. 2 turnovers here that they've committed here in the second half that have allowed Tri-West to stay in it.
Clock will start. Tri-West taking their time here despite running out of time to get out there on the field. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 man to the left. Snap back to pass. Steps up. Going to be hit as he throws. That's a live ball. It is tipped up incomplete. Good coverage on the far side of the field by number 36 for Plainfield, Tony Quinn.
Yeah, he also had a reception earlier in the game for 10 yards. And, yeah, that was a good job. I mean, just swat it to the ground. You're about 99% sure you're going to win this game. Just don't take a chance you're going to tip it and create an opportunity for the other team.
So a second down coming up, minute 23 to go. Snap, back to pass. Steps up, throws to the far side of the field, nearly intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. Third down coming up for Tri-West.
So, yeah, Tri-West unexpectedly got one more chance on offense. So far, however, 2 incomplete passes. 1:15 to go in the game. Tri-West needing 2 scores. They do have all 3 timeouts left, but they're at their own 45, and they've had trouble sustaining drives all day. They've had several good runs from both Ross, the quarterback, and then the running back, Maddox Johnson.
Down the field, it's up, and it is picked off on the far side of the field. Number 5, Herbeck, Harrison Herbeck.
So that should do it there. And that was the first interception that Ross has thrown in this game. So each team has thrown an interception now. And now it looks like most likely Plainfield will just run out the clock. Tri-West still has all 3 timeouts left. I doubt they'll use them, though.
So Plainfield can try to wrap it up here. Let's see what they can put out on the field.
Well, it looks though they're not in victory formation. Maybe this one. So he's brought down. Stevens brought down for a sack. So I guess they decided, they might as well just, give Stevens a little more experience at running the offense. He's brought down for 5 yards there. However, the Bruins not using a timeout. And looks like this next play will be the last of the game.
Do they even have to run a play? I don't think they even have to run a play.
Maybe they don't. It's going to be really close on the play clock. Apparently not. Well, so your Plainfield Quakers get a solid 10-0 win over their cross-county rival Tri-West Bruins here in JV football action in our season debut on Audio Sports Online. Only a couple of scores to report with 5:49 to go in the first quarter. Quarterback Eric Moyers threw a 9-yard touchdown pass to Trevor Slutz. The extra point by Hayden was good, and then Hayden added a 32-yard field goal on the last play of the first half. Each team got into the opponent's territory several times, but had a very hard time finishing drives, which is the story of this game. Fortunately for Plainfield, they finished off 2 of them and get out of here with the win over their cross-county rival, and the 2 teams salute each other near midfield. So anyway, hope you all will get out here if possible for Plainfield's next varsity game, which is next Friday against the Mooresville Pioneers, who enter the game at 2-0 and ranked number 4 in the state in Class 4A as the Quakers begin mid-state conference play. And then our next broadcast will be 2 weeks from today. It's going to be a junior varsity doubleheader as the Quakers face their mid-state conference rival Perry Meridian Falcons.
All right, we're going to get out of here because soccer's coming on. So
yes.
For Leck, great job as always, Leck.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm Rob Kendall. Have yourself a great day. Plainfield takes it 10-0.